हेलो एवरीवन। आई होप आप लोग अच्छे हो। लेट्स डू दिस टॉपिक दैट इज योर इलास्टिक हेड ऑन कोलिजन। ठीक है। सो इस कोलिजन में वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न कि हेड ऑन कोलिजन का मतलब क्या होता है। वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ इलास्टिक कोलिजन। ठीक है। सो इन दिस शॉर्ट सेशन वी आर गोइंग टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चंस। चलो देखते हैं क्या है। सो लेट्स टेक टू बॉडीज, बॉडी ए एंड बॉडी बी, एंड आई एम टेलिंग यू हियर, लेट्स से this body A has a mass of u1 in this direction and body U has a mass of u2 in this direction. So both are having velocity towards right, u1 and u2. ठीक है। चलो अब हम ये सोचते हैं कि let's say A has a mass of m1, B has a mass of m2. Also let us assume u1 is greater than u2. So अगर u1 greater than u2 है तो क्या होगा? You just need to imagine in your head what is going to happen. Let's say A is police and B is your thief. So you must have thought of like कि police will be able to catch thief if U1 is greater than U2. ठीक है? So let's for example take U1 is 20 meter per second and U2 is your 15 meter per second. So U1 is, A is moving with 20 meter per second, B is only moving with 50 meter per second. So with time, A is getting closer to B. Done it? And what is that velocity of closeness? What is the velocity with which A is getting closer to B? And that is called velocity of approach. ठीक है। सो कोलिजन में ये टर्म काफी ज्यादा आपको मिलने वाला है, वेलोसिटी ऑफ अप्रोच। इसको हम कैसे लिखते हैं? So it will be written as the body which is approaching, write its velocity minus the velocity of body which is getting approached. यानी कि जो अप्रोच कर रहा है उसकी वेलोसिटी माइनस जिसको अप्रोच किया जा रहा है उसकी वेलोसिटी, दैट इज वेलोसिटी ऑफ अप्रोच। डन है। नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई इफ दिस कोलिजन हैपेंस देन इट इज कॉल्ड हेड ऑन कोलिजन। यहाँ पे कोलिजन तो हो, सॉरी, यहाँ पे कोलिजन तो होगा क्योंकि u1 इज ग्रेटर देन u2, राइट? बट व्हाई दिस कोलिजन इज कॉल्ड हेड ऑन? लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड इट। सबके दिमाग में ये होता है कि ए बी को डायरेक्टली हिट कर रहा है इसलिए हेड ऑन है, बट देर इज टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट टू इट। सबसे पहले आप क्या करना, जो भी दो बॉडीज को लाइट कर रहे हैं, मार्क देयर सेंटर ऑफ मासेस। सो ए का सेंटर ऑफ मास c1, बी का सेंटर ऑफ मास c2। join these two center of masses with the help of a line here, this is the red line, और इस लाइन को आप बुलाओगे लाइन ऑफ इम्पैक्ट। so this is your line of impact. You know the meaning of impact. Impact means what effect certain thing is going to happen on another thing. So line of impact talks about what effect collision is going to have on body A and B. So whatever effect of collision body A is going to have will be along the line of impact. एंड सिमिलरली फॉर बॉडी बी। कैसे? जैसे देखो, अगर ए कोलाइड करता है बी से तो तुम्हें दिख रहा है कि यहाँ पे बी ए को इधर की तरफ पुश करेगा with force F, let's say, and body A will push B along the same line but with opposite force F. And this force is acting along the line of impact. इसलिए इस लाइन को हम कहते हैं line of impact because along this line force is acting during collision and this force is going to bring out changes. चेंजेस क्या होगा? ए की स्पीड चेंज होगी u1 से, बी की स्पीड चेंज होगी u2 से। सो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड लाइन ऑफ इम्पैक्ट। एंड collision is called head on if line of impact and line of their motions are parallel. ठीक है। सो हियर लाइन ऑफ मोशन, लाइन ऑफ इम्पैक्ट इज व्हाट? हॉरिजॉन्टल। लाइन ऑफ मोशन ऑफ ए इज दिस, line of motion of B is this. ठीक है। so basically they are parallel, right? This is line of impact, line of motion of both the bodies is parallel with line of impact, and that is why, since this is true, and that is why it is this such sort of collision will be called what? Head on collision. So I hope आपको समझ में आया है कि head on collision का मतलब क्या है। अगर आप मतलब समझ गए हो तो चलो अब हम एक्सप्लोर करते हैं इस चीज को, मोमेंटम को। I mean, now we will talk about conservation of momentum. Just before the, conservation of momentum, we will be talking about during the time of collision. So we will take momentum of system just before collision and momentum of system just after collision. So before that we will talk about कि momentum को हम conserve कब करते हैं। उससे भी पहले we will define system. सो लेट्स से दिस ए एंड बी आर सिस्टम. सो मैंने सिस्टम में किसको माना? मेरा सिस्टम ए प्लस बी दोनों ही है, यानी कि मेरे सिस्टम का मास क्या होने वाला है? m1 प्लस m2. Now, can we, can we conserve momentum in this case if our system is A plus B? So you just think about collision. When collision is occurring, is it happening? A is applying force on B, B is applying force on A, F and this force is acting between A and B. It is not acting from outside the system, right? क्योंकि ए और बी एक सिस्टम बना रहा है, सो वॉट एवर इज हैपनिंग बिटवीन ए एंड बी इज an internal affair. So here force acting during collision is internal force, and since there is no external force acting on the system, we will say momentum will remain conserved just before and just after collision. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे इस सिस्टम पे क्या है? No external force. एंड इसीलिए तुम्हारा क्या होने वाला है? मोमेंटम क्या होगा? कंजर्व. ठीक है? सो चलो, मोमेंटम कंजर्व करते हैं. कोलिजन से जस्ट पहले दोनों का मोमेंटम क्या होगा? पूरे सिस्टम का मोमेंटम. सो जस्ट बिफोर कोलिजन मोमेंटम ऑफ ए विल बी हाउ मच? m1 u1. what will be the momentum of b just before collision? m2 u2. so what is going to be the I mean what is going to be the initial momentum of the system? So initial momentum of the system is going to be m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Okay? Now let's say after collision, A is having velocity v1, B is having velocity v2. So final momentum you can write as m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Can you here relate somewhat the u1 and v1? I mean, which one is greater, u2 and v2, which one is greater or smaller? तो आप ध्यान से देखो, ड्यूरिंग कोलिजन ऑन ए फोर्स इज एक्टिंग इन दिस डायरेक्शन. ठीक है? एंड ए हैड वेलोसिटी इन दिस सेंस u1. So force is acting opposite to the direction of velocity, and that is why velocity is going to decrease because of collision. So definitely after collision, if I am telling velocity is v1, so v1 is less than u1. ठीक है? Now let's talk about B. B की अगर बात करो तो on B force is acting in this direction during collision, and B just before collision had velocity u2 in this sense, right? इधर की तरफ velocity था. तो आप देखो दोनों का direction क्या है? Same है. So this force is going to accelerate the body. यानी कि its velocity is going to increase. So if I am saying after collision B has velocity v2, it means v2 is greater than u2. I just I just wanted to discuss this. Maybe this may be helpful for you in some sort of questions. Okay? So you should know every bit of things that is happening in collision. ठीक है? चलो अब देखते हैं. So यहाँ पे when I'm saying कि v1 is less than u1, v2 is greater than u2, what you can expect from these two analysis? You can say that v2 is greater than v1. So initially, what was the case? Initially, case was that A was moving in this direction with U1, B was moving in this direction with U2, U1 was greater than U2. And then we said A was approaching B. And now since V2 is greater than V1, V2 it feels like is B it feels like is getting separated from A. So B तुम्हारा A से separate हो रहा है. And that is why after collision we define a term, and that term is called your what? Velocity of separation. ठीक है? और velocity of separation क्या होगा यहाँ पे? Who is getting separated? B is getting separated from A. So velocity of B after collision minus velocity of A after collision. So this is velocity of separation. ठीक है? So velocity of approach we define before collision, just before collision. Velocity of separation will define just after collision. Then now according to momentum conservation, we can say initial momentum is equal to final momentum because there is no external force acting on the system. Okay? So if you do that, you have got one equation. Okay? So this is the one equation. But we cannot calculate value of V1 and V2 with the help of this single equation because there are two variables V1, V2, and there is only one equation. We need more, right? So now let's talk about energy conservation. Let's say this body is moving on a surface which is frictionless. So mu is 0. And if there is no friction, means no dissipative force, it means its energy is going to be conserved. So we will talk about potential energy plus kinetic energy will be constant. And since these two bodies are moving in such a way that their height, I mean, they are not making any motion in this sense along the in the vertical line. So if vertical line there is no motion happening, it means potential energy before and after or at any instant of time will be always same. ठीक है, so ये तो already constant है, so we can say kinetic energy here will be what, constant at any instant. So let's write kinetic energy just before the collision. So that is equal to half m1 u1 ka square plus half m2 u2 ka square. And what will be kinetic energy just after collision? Half m1 v1 ka square plus half m2 v2 ka square. And we know one thing, that kinetic energy is constant, which is not changing. So initially if kinetic energy is this, finally if kinetic energy is this, these two have to be equal, है ना, इनको इक्वल होना ही पड़ेगा क्योंकि काइनेटिक एनर्जी कांस्टेंट है. सो सेकंड इक्वेशन यू कैन गेट एंड सेकंड इक्वेशन यू कैन राइट फ्रॉम हियर. बट दिस इक्वेशन यू कैन ओनली राइट इन कोलिजन इफ देयर इज नो फ्रिक्शन इन्वॉल्व्ड और देयर इज नो डिसिपेटिव फोर्स इन्वॉल्व्ड. अगर इन्वॉल्वमेंट है यू कैन नॉट कंजर्व एनर्जी. ठीक है, चलो now let's talk about another thing, क्योंकि मैंने बोला था we are going to read elastic head-on collision. So two equations we have already written. One more equation we can write, and that we can write if the collision is elastic. So if it is elastic head-on collision, we can write third equation. और वो क्या है, देखो अगर collision elastic होता है ना, then we say velocity of approach, which I have already discussed, right, is equal to velocity of separation. ठीक है, ये दोनों को क्या हो जाना होगा, इक्वल इन केस ऑफ इलास्टिक कोलिजन. सो वेलोसिटी ऑफ अप्रोच को मैंने क्या बोला था, u1 माइनस u2. वेलोसिटी ऑफ सेपरेशन क्या था, v2 माइनस v1. सो दीज टू आर इक्वल. So this is the third equation that you are getting in case of elastic head-on collision. So if the collision is elastic, you will be getting third equation. और वो क्या था, वो था तुम्हारा v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2 is equal to 1. ठीक है, डन है. चलो अब हम एक काम करते हैं, अगर हमने इन तीनों इक्वेशंस के हेल्प से v1 और v2 का वैल्यू निकाला, वी विल बी गेटिंग सच वैल्यूज. ठीक है, आई हैव नॉट गॉन इनटू द डीपर कैलकुलेशन, क्योंकि ये अभी प्योर मैथमेटिक्स है दैट यू कैन इजीली डू. ठीक है, so I don't want to waste your time. I just want to give you crisp and clear idea of what you may get asked in head-on collision and what exactly you need to know in this topic. ठीक है, so let's say v1 पता है हमें, v2 पता है, and after solving those three equations you will be getting this value. Now let's generalize it for some special cases. This is the general formula, right? Let's make it specific for certain cases. So केसेस क्या है, सबसे पहला केस मैंने ये लिया कि सपोज कर लो दोनों बॉडीज आइडेंटिकल है. सो इफ बोथ बॉडीज आर आइडेंटिकल, ये वाला टर्म क्या हो जाएगा, इफ m1 और m2 आर इक्वल तो 0 हो जाएगा, और m1 m2 इक्वल है तो ये वाला टर्म 1 होगा और ये वाला टर्म भी 1 हो जाएगा. उस केस में आप देखो v1 का वैल्यू क्या आ जाएगा, ये टर्म तो हो जाएगा 0, तो ये टर्म का वैल्यू क्या है 1, ये होल क्या है 1, है ना. सो दिस इज v1 is equal to u2 and similarly v2 is equal to u1. So you can see here clearly that velocities are getting exchanged. So if collision is elastic, this is true for elastic collision, even if collision is oblique, in that case also you can use this thing. So if collision is elastic, ठीक है, and in that case you can say, if collision is elastic and there is no involvement of dissipative force and all, then you can say body will exchange their velocities after collision if they are identical. So here A का mass भी m है, B का mass भी m है, collision is elastic, there is no friction and dissipative force involved. So after collision what will happen, they will exchange their velocity. So A की velocity before collision was how much, u1. So this u1 will become the velocity of B after collision, that is v2 is u1, right? And B का speed क्या है before collision, that is u2, and this u2 will become the velocity of a after collision, so that is v1 is equal to u2. So simply they are exchanging their velocities. Done. And this is true for elastic collision. ठीक है, चलो. नाउ थर्ड सेकेंड केस को हम देखते हैं. इफ हेवी बॉडी हिट्स लार्जर बॉडी फ्रॉम बिहाइंड. सो ये बॉडी सपोज कर लो हेवी है, ठीक है, and this body is light up. So what is happening here? Lighter body is going to hit the heavier body from behind, and in this case you can make certain changes in the equation. उसको आप generalize कर सकते हो. So here we have taken m1 is far far greater than m2. अगर आप ऐसा करते हो तो v1 कैसा दिखेगा, v2 कैसा दिखेगा if m1 is far far greater than m2. Let's see ये वाला term कैसे change होगा. So see here I have done already. So m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2. m1 को आप common ले लो, ऊपर एंड नीचे दोनों, ठीक है. So if you take common, you will be left with 1 minus m2 by m1, 1 plus m2 by m1. और m2 by m1 क्या है? m1 is very very large, m2 is very very small. So very small by very very large will be almost equal to 0. So इसको मैंने मान लिया 0, इसको मान लिया 0. So m1 m1 cancel हो जाएगा, this will be 1. सो अप्रोक्सीमेशन हम क्या लेने वाले हैं? m1 सॉरी m2 बाई m1 को क्या मानने वाले हैं? 0. ठीक है. सो सिमिलरली ये वाला क्या हो जाएगा तुम्हारा? ये 0 आ जाएगा, एंड 2 m1 बाई m1 प्लस m2 2 आएगा. एंड इफ यू यूज ऑल दिस थिंग्स इन द इक्वेशन, v1 किसके बराबर हो जाएगा? u1. कहने का मतलब ये है कि हेवियर बॉडी वेलोसिटी इज नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज बिकॉज ऑफ कोलिजन. ठीक है. वेन एवर इन कोलिजन, I mean, if the collision is elastic and whenever heavy body is involved, what will happen? I mean, its velocity will remain unchanged. So यहाँ पे आप देख लो v1 will be equal to u1. ठीक है. And now if you look for v2, v2 is going to be what? 2u1 minus u2. And see here, if what? If your u2 is at, I mean, if b is at rest, let's say u2 is 0. And in that case, initially body B is at 0. After collision with the heavier body, it will fly away with double the speed of heavier body. ठीक है. So that is 2u1 हो जाएगा if u2 is equal to 0. ठीक है. सो दिस आर द थिंग्स वी आर रीडिंग. अब देखो थर्ड केस में लेकर चल रही हूँ. सपोज कर लो ये लाइटर है एंड दिस इज गोइंग टू हिट द हेवियर बॉडी फ्रॉम बिहाइंड. अब यहाँ पे अगेन चेंजेस लाओगे आप. Now what is going to be the approximation? m1 is far far less than m2, so m1 by m2 will be now treated as 0. So if you make all these changes, this will become -1 and this will become 2, this will become 0. So based on that you are going to put the values. देखो heavier body का speed क्या रहा? Unchanged. v2 is equal to u2. And what for the lighter body? Its velocity will become minus u1 plus 2u2. ठीक है. So again, if u1 is 0, if but if it is 0, it is not going to hit the heavier body. So we cannot take that case. But v1 value is going to be how much? This much. ठीक है. And if heavier body is at rest, let's say u2 is equal to 0. In that case, a lighter body will simply reflect back. So its velocity will become minus u1 in that case. ठीक है. So these are the generalized thing कि अगर heavier body is hitting the lighter body, heavier body velocity will remain unchanged and lighter velocity will move away with certain velocity. If lighter body is going to hit the heavier body speed will remain unchanged and lighter body speed will become minus u1 plus 2u2. And in case lighter body is hitting a heavier body at rest, lighter body will retrace its path. It will come back, it will get reflected back with the same speed. Okay? So these are the things. Last thing that I'm going to discuss in this topic is coefficient of restitution. So coefficient of restitution के लिए let's see what is the status just before collision. So just before collision we define one velocity जिसको हम already कर चुके हैं. Velocity of approach you will define and this is here how much? u1 minus u2. क्योंकि मैंने लिया है u1 is greater than u2. u1 is approaching, I mean A is approaching B. That is why collision is occurring. So for collision to happen, one body has to approach another. Done it? So before collision, we define velocity of approach. After collision, we define velocity of separation and that will be equal to v2 minus v1 because here we know v2 is greater than v1. ठीक है. So there is coefficient of restitution and that is velocity of separation by velocity of approach. ठीक है. So this is this. So in case of elastic collision, I have told you this V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2 is equal to 1. So if collision is elastic, E is equal to 1. And if collision is completely inelastic, collision completely inelastic का क्या मतलब होता है? इसका simple मतलब ये होता है कि एक body after colliding with another body will get stuck to each other. I mean, they are not going to get separated. They will collide, they will become one. So that is completely inelastic collision. And in this case, there will be no separation. So velocity of separation has to be zero. V2 minus V1 क्या हो जाएगा? Zero. क्योंकि they will become one body, they will go ahead or backward in whatever direction with single velocity, common velocity, right? So velocity of separation is zero. In this case, E will become equal to zero. ठीक है. और inelastic collision में क्या होता है? I mean the collision which is in between elastic and completely inelastic. So here E का value will be less than 1, sorry, greater than 0 but less than 1. So E will vary from 0 to 1 in case of inelastic collision. So I hope you have understood what is the meaning of head-on collision, what is elastic collision, what is coefficient of restitution, what is line of impact, and when we conserve energy, when we conserve momentum, and why it is important to, why it is important to discuss about the system. Okay? Even if I hope you understood, but even if you are having any doubt, आप हमेशा बता सकते हो in the comment section. You can let me know. Thank you.